I am Jeff Hyatt. I am the Chief Probation Officer for Calhoun County Juvenile Court. At Juvenile Probation, we partner with all of the schools, including Oxford City Schools, but all the schools in Calhoun County. Any needs that they have that are affiliated with any of our programs or juvenile court, we assist with those. We're very concerned with attendance. We feel, along with all of the administrators at the schools, that it's very important for a child to be at school each and every day unless they're legally excused. So if a child reaches 7 unexcused absences within a school year, the administrators of the child's school are required by law to report that action to juvenile court. And once that action is reported to juvenile court, one of 3 things is going to happen. The first thing is a petition will be filed against the child. A petition against a child is the same thing as a warrant against an adult. It just does not carry jail time. When a petition is filed against a child for truancy issues, that carries 6 to 12 months of supervision by a probation officer, up to $400 in court costs, and ultimately a child can be placed outside the home for up to 12 months simply because they can't go to school every day and turn in a legal excuse when they are absent from school. The next thing that could happen is a warrant against the parent. It is a misdemeanor charge that can be filed against the parent. If convicted, that carries a 90 to a 365-day jail sentence. The judge determines how much of that jail sentence is served up front, and then it's suspended. There's 12 months of probation, and that's up to $600 in court costs associated with that. 12 months of supervision and terms that go along with that. The third thing that could happen is a petition being filed against the child at the same time as a warrant is filed against the parent. And the ramifications that I just spoke of, it's just combined, and that's what that family has to deal with. One of the first interactions that we have at juvenile court with a student is our early warning process. Now the school they've got their plan in place, and they take some measures prior to that, but at 5 unexcused absences, the school will refer them to our early warning program, and that is when the parent and the child are required to come to the courthouse in the court setting, and we have a group meeting and we go over specifics, and they can be made aware at that time, if they were unaware in the past of the issues going on or the number of unexcused absences, they can be made aware at that time. In the state of Alabama, there are requirements by law, by the compulsory attendance law, for a child to be in school every day unless legally excused. When a child is absent from school, it is basically automatically an unexcused absence. Once the child returns back to school from that absence, the child and parent have 3 days from the return date to turn in a valid excuse, so that can be counted. If deemed a valid excuse, it can be changed from an unexcused absence to an excused absence. Anytime a child is absent from school, an excuse is necessary, whether it's a full day absence or whether it's a check-in or check-out. An excuse needs to be submitted to the school to cover the classes that the child missed. At Oxford City Schools, a child is allowed to turn in a parent written note for their first 5 days of each semester. Starting with that 6th absence, or after they've written the 5 parent excuses, only a doctor's excuse is acceptable after that. That is one area of confusion for parents. So you can write 5 parent notes each semester. After that, only a doctor's excuse, legal excuse or something like that would be deemed as a valid excuse. If a parent is aware that their child is struggling with absences or unexcused absences from school, there are some resources in our community. One is the Helping Family Initiative, and they can connect that parent depending on the specific needs or issues within that family. They can connect that family with community resources to help overcome those obstacles. As far as our office is concerned, if a parent is aware that there is an issue with their child, they need to come and make that report to juvenile court, and we will work with them to help rectify that. And in that case, that is what would protect that parent. And if we don't get things under control and the school is required by law to take that action, there would not be a warrant issued against the parent at that time, because they're taking those precautions and those preventative measures to take care of the situation. So it would just be possibly a petition against the child. And then we have services where we would step in and we would assist with those issues. If you can't trust your child to turn in that excuse, or there's some situations that you're aware of, the parent has got to take that initiative to get that excuse there, follow up, make sure that it's there, because ultimately it is the parent that's going to be held responsible for those unexcused absences. As a parent, it's better to be proactive rather than reactive in this situation, because it is a serious matter. The state of Alabama considers attendance at school a very serious matter. If you as a parent have any other questions or would like to reach out to juvenile court, you can reach out to me or come by the Calhoun County Courthouse. The phone number there is 256-231-1731. So we're there anytime you may need us.
Hi, my name is Grady Locker. I'm the Helping Families Initiative, or HFI, team leader with the Calhoun-Cleburne District Attorney's Office and United Way of East Central Alabama. My role with Oxford City Schools and with the District Attorney's Office is to reach out to families to alert them when their students are having 4 or more unexcused absences. At 5 unexcused absences, families are often required to go to what's called early warning court. So we want to avoid that situation. So reaching out at 4, we let families know that their students have absences that haven't been excused. Or I let them know what issues can come with that, which can be court, can actually be prosecution. So we don't want that to happen. So we reach out to alert families to that situation. But more importantly, a lot of times families who are dealing with the possibility of truancy issues are also dealing with other issues outside of the school environment. Maybe a lack of resources, maybe a lack of information. So my role is to help families find resources, and it could be any type of resource, or maybe just helping them find who to speak with to solve a problem. So my role is just to guide families to whatever help they may need so that we can avoid any prosecution for truancy. One thing parents can really do to help out this situation is truancy can oftentimes sneak up on people. Families are sometimes surprised when they get a notice to go to early warning court because they feel like things have been taken care of. We do recommend that parents pay close attention to their PowerSchool information, make sure they have the most up-to-date information in the system, make sure that they are staying on top of what their students are doing. If they send an excuse, make sure that excuse has been turned in. Not just checking with their student and saying, have you turned it in? Not a bad idea to contact the school and verify that that information got to the office as it's supposed to be. For families who want to just reach out to me directly for help, they can contact me first by my phone number, which is 256-343-1867, or they can also email me. I know a lot of times families feel more comfortable communicating through email. My email is Grady, Grady, at hfialabama.com. People can reach out to me directly and I can guide them towards resources. In fact, that's often the best way, is to go ahead and get help before we even get to the situation that we might be looking at a court issue. Families can also find me on campus. I'll have a space here in Oxford City Schools where I can meet with families if they feel more comfortable meeting there. They can meet with me at the courthouse. They can also meet with me in their home if they prefer. I'm willing to work with families to come to them to find out what's best way to help them.